Joe Mercola asked a really good question on his Substack yesterday. He wants to know, what is it going to take for corporations in centralized medicine to stop prioritizing profits over human lives? It's a legit question. Here's my answer. Goes back to 1916. Dodge Brothers versus Ford Motor Company. The Dodge Brothers were minority investors in Henry Ford's successful automobile company, the assembly line company. Ford had gone bankrupt like a couple of times, but he started a new company, organized it around the assembly line. Now he's making all kinds of money. Ford cut his dividend. He said, we can't afford to pay this money out to the shareholders. We need the money in the company so that we can reinvest in the assembly line and grow. The Dodge brothers sued him. Goes all the way up to the Supreme Court in 1916, and Ford argued that cutting the dividend, which would hurt the shareholders like the Dodge brothers, would be better for Ford employees and for Ford customers. The Supreme Court told him no. His legal obligation was to operate his corporation to maximize returns to shareholders. Dodge Brothers won. Ford had to settle, buy him out. Since that 1916 Supreme Court decision, every C Corp in America has been legally obliged to maximize profits over everything else. That includes healthcare companies. Pfizer's management, as repugnant as they are to me, as despicable as centralized healthcare companies are, Pfizer's management has a legal obligation to maximize profits for shareholder returns, even if that comes at the expense of Pfizer customers. So what do? Back to Mercola's question. How do we get healthcare companies to stop prioritizing profits over human well-being? You got to change them from a C Corp to a B Corp. B Corps didn't even used to exist, and they've become known as if they were synonymous with some kind of a sustainability or diversity, equity, inclusion agenda, or some kind of other social agenda besides profits. In that case, if you've never heard of them, then they're not supposed to be just sustainability, and I'm a sustainability guy. The B stands for benefit. It means it's a for-profit corporation, but run for some other benefit. Could be public benefit, could be a social benefit, could be an environmental benefit. It could be whatever the corporation wants it to be. The point is that profits come second in a B Corp. They still make profits, kind of like an electric utility. It has a regulated monopoly, and it can be a private company. It's allowed to make money, but their profits are regulated. It can't make too much money or it'll be forced to cut rates. Healthcare companies are not regulated monopolies. They have patent protection, but only for a limited amount of time. And so if a healthcare company is a C Corp, it must maximize profits over human lives. But if it becomes a B Corp, it can say our mission is to maximize the well-being of our customers, our physicians, our employees, any other stakeholder, the health of the world, and make profits second. That's the purpose of a B Corp. Not all states allow incorporation as B Corps. And it might be hard, as you can imagine, to raise venture capital, to raise shareholder equity for a B Corp in which you're not obliged to maximize profits. But these are secondary considerations. When it comes to healthcare companies, we have no business running healthcare, drug, pharmaceutical companies, hospitals as C Corps with a legal obligation to maximize profits over human well-being. So that's my answer, Joe.